What's up, athletes? Welcome to the Grit Factor, where we talk about all things fitness and what it means to live a healthy lifestyle. My name is Kayla, and I'm your host. Today, we are joined by the one and only Kelsey Silverman, the studio manager of Cor4 Fitness in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Hi, Kelsey.
Hi everybody. Excited to be here.
So excited to have you. For some context, Kelsey and I know each other from James Madison University, where she oversaw the group fitness program there and has since skyrocketed her fitness career and is now a studio manager, which is awesome. Kelsey, you want to tell us a little bit about Cor4 Fitness and kind of how you worked your way up to studio manager and what all of that looks like?
Yeah, Cor4 Fitness is a small group training gym. We're located in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. It is very functional fitness based. We are a good mix of like CrossFit, personal training, and group fitness, like all mashed up into one. I have been with Cor4 since about 2020. I did leave and go back and get my master's, but then I came back and I worked here as a trainer originally, and now I oversee the whole building and all of our programs that are within it. My fitness journey has been kind of all over the place. Like I feel like I've dabbled in all of the areas for sure.
That's so fun.
But
Where'd you get your
yeah,
master's in?
so my undergrad was in kinesiology, exercise science, and then my master's was in sport management. So with hopes of doing some sort of management position within fitness.
That's super cool. Do you feel like both of those have translated really well into your job today?
Yeah, I think for anybody who wants to be in fitness, exercise science or health, any health related field is definitely necessary. It makes getting certifications a lot easier. So that's the first thing. And then the management thing, it's been helpful. We are a small locally owned studio, so currently there's only one of us. There will be two of us in the future.
Exciting.
So yeah, except because we're not a franchise and we're locally owned, I mean, I'm learning things on the job here that I've never done before, like marketing, different types of sale tactics, like things I didn't even learn in school. I am like learning on the fly. So,
Yeah.
yeah, management wise, it's been helpful, but I'm learning a lot of things, mostly in the marketing realm.
Yeah. That's so awesome though. Super exciting. Cool.
Yeah.
So with Core4, since you are only one studio right now, how do you create a strong sense of community within your studio?
Yeah, we opened actually in 2020. The owner of the studio opened up out of his garage originally, and he brought over a bunch of members from his previous places that he had been at. So he already started with a pretty good community of people that knew each other right from the get go. And then with that, we are small group training. So we currently max our classes out at 12 people per class. Once we go into our expansion, which I'm sure we'll talk about, we'll have about 18 in class. So classes stay pretty small, which helps build the community. And then we are just in the smack middle of Chapel Hill. So everybody gets to know each other so well. Once you find like a rhythm and a routine of your classes, like you see the same people every day. So everybody gets to know each other really well. We try to do socials once a month, every other month, just to bring the whole gym together, not just your class times. That community is definitely built from the trainers within, but then our members itself,
Yeah,
for
that's so
sure.
cool. What kind of socials do you guys do?
Girl, we've done it all. So we'll go to bars and we'll do like socials at bars. We've done trivia. We've done socials here at the gym, like 5Ks or things like that. We have people who know really important people. So we've done socials at Keenan Stadium, which is the football field over at UNC, big fancy party. So we've done all sorts of things, which has been really cool to like, experience. I really want to do one of those sip and paints as like a social.
Oh
Just haven't
yeah,
gotten
I've seen those. That would be so
that.
fun. Nice.
Yeah.
I love that. That's so awesome. So
Yeah, it's been fun.
having that small class size too, I bet just really helps everybody get to know each other and kind of have more of that one-on-one training even in the group setting, which is super neat.
Yeah, it definitely builds community and accountability with the members, but then it allows trainers to get a lot more one-on-one attention, like you just said. So, I mean, we know their weights and their abilities on cardio machines. It's different than just coming into a class of a big franchise of 40 people in class where you don't get to get that one-on-one attention with trainers.
Yeah, definitely. That's so cool. I love that. So as a studio manager, what would you say your day-to-day looks like? Like how often are you working with the participants? How often are you doing all of these one-off tasks that have to get done one way or another?
As you've learned, my day to day already has been pretty much on the fly. I work with members constantly. So, I mean, I'm always coaching classes. How many a week kind of varies. I have my own schedule. But if trainers are out of town and we need coverage, I definitely coach more on some weeks, especially during the summer. But I'm always here. So whether it's working out in the lobby and I get to talk to everybody, it's important to have the member engagement with me, and our owner as well. Like just being here and showing that we're here. But day to day, man, it varies. Definitely varies, especially now. So we have multiple programs now. We have our Cor4 Fitness, which is an adult program and college students, but an adult program, which is what we started as. And then we just adopted the beginning of this summer Parisi Speed School, which is an affiliate program, which is all youth. So it's a sports specific training for all youth.
Oh,
So that is part of my day to day now. We are online, so we have like an online program that people can do at home friendly workouts. That's part of my day to day now. Um, it definitely varies. If new people are coming in to try out class or, day to day definitely varies.
that's so cool. I feel like you get to wear a lot of different hats and like kind of get a taste of all different types of the
A
work
lot of
and
different facts.
burgers and everything. That's so
Yes.
fun. I love that. So how did you kind of end up at Core4 Fitness and like maybe even how did you initially launch your fitness career and like where did all of that interest and passion first stem from?
Yeah, so growing up, my family owns a karate school, which is
Oh,
like
so
super
cool. I don't think I knew
super random,
that.
in Virginia in Charlottesville. So I grew up doing karate my whole life. I was always into fitness, I was always into sport. I was on the USA team and traveled for like 8 years doing that.
Oh my
But then I
God.
went to
Wow, amazing.
you know that?
I don't know if I knew that.
That's like the first thing
So
I like.
impressive.
It's
I
all
love that.
yeah, well, it's a little unique. But when I went to college, it was kind of like you either train for the Olympics and like that's your life, or you go to school. There's no college sport there. So I went to school. I was good, but it wasn't, Olympics good.
I
So
don't
I went to
know.
school.
We could have seen you in Paris this year.
After watching breakdancing, we could have all been there.
That's fair.
So yeah, so I went to school. But I kept fitness kind of big part of my life. I applied to work at UREC. I was a group exercise instructor there, which I've done classes. I've taught classes since I was in early high school at my family's karate school. Every side job I ever had was really just as a group exercise instructor at like multiple different locations or gyms. I worked with children. I worked with you know, senior citizens. I worked all over the place, and those were always like my side jobs. So that was always a part of what I did. When I got to JMU, I taught more classes. I learned more formats. I did cycle. I did things I've never done before outside of just like strength training and boxing and things like that. Um, and then the goal originally for me was I wanted to work in collegiate sports. So I wanted to work at a university and work with athletes. That was kind of my goal, like the whole way up through college. When I graduated, I ended up doing that for a little bit. I worked at UNC, which is what brought me to Chapel Hill originally. I learned a ton. I would never take that experience back, but I learned that it wasn't for me also. Like I missed working with general population, people
Mhm.
who they just love to see you. They want to be there. They choose to be there. It means more to them when they make progress. Not that athletes don't, but the athletes are there to play their sport.
Hmm.
and not necessarily bench press or do sprints or
Yeah.
whatever it is that day. Whereas general population like loves it, and I miss that like excitement and that hype. So I ended up working multiple jobs. I was at Orange Theory. I managed a titled boxing gym. I was just kind of all over the place. I was just training constantly. And then kind of COVID hit, and I kind of hit a little wall. I was here at Cor4 as well. And I was like, all right, we got to take a step back and we got to figure out, what's next because I can't train forever. I'd probably been doing it for 10, 15 years at that
Oh
point.
wow. Yeah.
Not full time, but
Mhm.
just over time.
Yeah.
So I've actually went to JMU because I knew they had a good GA position there where I could run a group exercise program and department and go through, and I knew what that looked like. And before I left Core4, and the owner here actually like said, "Hey, I want to open more. I want you a big part of this management team, when you come back." I was like, "Awesome. Bet. I'm in." So I kind of knew the whole time I was away that I was gonna come back. Campus recreation was not necessarily part of my plan, even though I went through that process. And I came back immediately. Like I graduated 2 years, and I came back like I think like 10 days later. I was back, and like he was like, "Take a break, like go on vacation." I was like, "Nah, let's just go. Like I'm here."
I love that.
So yeah, no. And then it's been like full speed ever since. It's been like a little over a year now that I've been back, so
Nice.
just all speed.
So awesome. So cool. I
Yeah.
you got there and like got kind of like a taste of everything in your journey and working with athletes,
Yeah.
I'm sure translates to the Parisi program you have now, is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that
Parisi.
Parisi, yeah, translates super well and everything. So very cool. I love that.
Yeah.
I feel like I have seen you do a lot of Spartan races and stuff. Like over the years, how do you like those? Like, are those just kind of like something you do for fun? Do you ever have like a time or goal set for those that you're trying to get to?
Oh man, you can't work in fitness and not like love it yourself.
Yeah.
So like I'm setting goals for myself all the time. Like even though I'm here at this gym and I manage and I coach here, like this is still my workout here too. Like I have goals. Spartan races are something that I came across a couple of years ago. I think I just saw an ad and I was like, that looks cool. Like I'll try it out. And now I'll just do them randomly. I mostly just do them for fun. I don't really go for time. I am not a runner like at all. So my goals are like the obstacles. I'm like, I'm gonna complete the obstacles, but the run itself, I have this really bad habit of signing up for races or getting people to convince me to sign up for races and then not train for them at all.
I feel like we've all
Last year,
been there at some point. Like you'll be like 2 weeks
dude,
out, like, maybe I need to start training right about now.
last year we did a half Spartan race, so like a half marathon in West Virginia, and it was like straight up a mountain. And I was like,
Oh my
yeah,
God.
like I'm gonna figure it out. So I started running like 2 weeks before, and I don't run at all. And I ran for like 2 weeks on and off. And then I was like, I should really taper. Like I should stop running before this race. And then I was gassed. It was the worst thing ever.
Oh
I like
no.
I mean I got through it,
Yeah.
but definitely not prepared.
Yeah. You made it through. That's all that matters. That's
That's
honestly
all.
impressive that you can make it through without really training.
Let me tell you, one time thing for sure.
I love that. That's so cool though. Nice.
Yeah, but no, I love Spartan races. I think they're just fun. I don't go for time.
Mm.
I do them with friends. We'll do them together. Just it's challenging. It's something new. It's something that you can't really train for. Like I don't really train
Yeah.
monkey bars
Yeah.
or climbing walls. So it's
Yeah.
just something that you just kind of come across and it's like, can I do this?
Yeah, I feel like
That's kind
you would need a very specific gym for that. You
of,
strike me
yeah,
as
definitely.
somebody who would thrive on American Ninja Warrior. Like I can just see I
I
can just
wish.
see that.
I wish. Those people are cool, man.
Well, that's something crazy impressive. I love it.
Thanks.
Nice. Cool. It sounds like you have done all different types of races, both like in and out of a gym. Do you have any either really funny or slightly embarrassing fitness stories or moments that you would feel comfortable sharing?
Okay, so I thought about this for a while, and I don't have a moment that I think was an embarrassing moment because I've worked out
'Cause you're
alone
a
in the gym.
queen, you're just the queen you are.
No, I just like I don't work out by myself typically. I'm always in a class. And you
Yeah.
have friends with us, and like I've failed lifts before in front of people, but that just like happens. Like if you're not failing a
Yeah,
lift, like you're not going heavy enough at some point,
exactly,
you know? So
exactly.
it's not embarrassing. I think I have more embarrassing moments as a coach than
Mhm.
I do as like working out. So probably not working out, but as a coach, one of my more embarrassing moments actually was at JMU. And if working in group exercise, like you have the same regulars that come back to your class, they know you, they love you. But when you sub for somebody else's class, nobody in there knows you. Like they don't have that bond with you. So subbing for somebody else's class one time, and this was like way back when everybody shared Spotify accounts with your family because it was brand new. And so I had a shared account with my dad. And we got through the whole class, and then class is over, and we're doing our cool down. I have like nice John Mayer playing, and I'm like, you crack jokes to the class, nobody laughs at it. Like that's kind of how that goes. And all of a sudden, my John Mayer like cuts out in the middle of the cool down, and it goes, "I like it when you call me Big Papa." And I was like, "Oh my, I'm so sorry." Like my music changed 1 second. I'm like quickly changing it back, and nobody finds it funny. Like nobody's laughing.
Oh,
So I
no.
to my cooldown and it changes back again. I love it when you call me big. And my dad is like fighting with me on Spotify back and
Oh,
forth.
no.
I'm texting him in the middle of my class. I'm like, freaking stop
Oh
changing the music.
my
He just texts back. He's like, I'm mowing the lawn. And I was like, why are you listening to that?
gosh.
So that was one of my embarrassing moments.
That's so and nobody, like, laughed along with you or, like, said
Cracking
anything
jokes.
about it, they
Like,
just pretended like it didn't happen?
yeah, just like continued cooling down. I'm like, oh my God, this is so embarrassing.
Oh my
It's
god.
always technical difficulties. That's the
Yeah.
embarrassing.
They technical difficulties do be the worst,
Oh man.
especially when everybody's looking at you and waiting for you to do something next, and you're trying to figure it out and trying to act like there's nothing wrong and everything's
Yep.
going okay, but behind the scenes,
Yeah.
falling apart.
Everyone's had the moment where the music cuts out and you make a joke about pretending to sing. Like everyone's had that moment.
That's so funny. Yeah, I feel like Spotify has taken the Netflix route now, and it's cutting out people who you can share your account with, and it's honestly annoying. Like recently had to get my
Oh,
own and all of that stuff.
after
I was on
that,
a friend's account or a friend's mom's account for like 6 years or something on their premium, and eventually I got kicked out. So I feel you.
we were like, nope, we need our own accounts. Like this
Yeah.
is not happening anymore.
No, I love that though. I feel like that's such a good one too because I feel like sometimes when people come into classes and gyms, they can be like intimidated by instructors or think like, oh, this person has like everything figured out and like their fitness is so perfect or like everything they do is right and that's why like they're leading this
You
class
never
for so long.
know.
But I definitely feel you like there's so many times when I teach when I say the wrong thing or I like the timing is off or there's a change in the music or I don't know,
Yep.
like you demo the wrong exercise. That's like what you're
Yep.
supposed to. So I feel like that's just a super good one because it just shows that like everybody is just there to have a good time and work out and like reach their goals and be working
Yeah.
towards them. But that path is not necessarily like perfect no matter who you are, even with your 10 plus years of gym experience. So
Yeah, for sure.
yeah. Nice. Love that. That's so awesome. What would you say what I refer to as your grit factor? So, something that keeps you motivated, that keeps you wanting to work towards your goals and reach your goals even on days when you are not motivated or really sore or really tired or have a lot going on and feel like you can't fit it all in, kind of what keeps you going.
Yeah, I think I looked at this and I have like two different approaches. One on like working in the fitness side and one of just like being in the fitness like realm. Working in it, like for anybody out there who's like trainers or trying to be trainers, it's definitely passion. Like you have to love this and even doing it, like you just have to love it. if you don't love it, then you need to change it up, whether no matter what the fitness is. Like you have to actually thoroughly enjoy it. And a lot of times I'll come and work out or come and just be to the gym even when I shouldn't be, it should be a rest day, but like just want to be here because mentally it feels good to just be here and just move. So you have to love it. And on the flip side, I mean, the reason why I love being in a group setting, I'm not like in the gym by myself with my headphones in, is community, like friends and accountability. So days where I'm like dragging or I coach like 4 class in the morning and my God, I don't want to do this workout. I just coached it 4 times. Do I really want to do it? One of the other trainers was like, I'm gonna take class with you. Like we're gonna do it together. All right, let's go. And so having a partner, having a buddy, having that community, and just whatever, even if they already worked out, but we talked about it later, like definitely the love of doing it, but then also just having those people there with you. And then once you fall in love with it and once you see progress, man, that's the grit factor. That's the motivation that keeps you going for sure.
Yeah, I love that. I feel like that's so true. And I love how you mentioned just that you need to enjoy what you're doing in order for it to keep you motivated. And I feel like sometimes people might try one workout and really not like it. Like I know you mentioned you aren't a big runner, maybe it's not something you love, but you have all of these other types of movement that you do love and enjoy so much and have found community in. So I think that's
Yeah,
a great point too, that there's so many different things out there and different types of workouts that just if you try enough different ones, you are guaranteed to find something that you will love and that you will want to keep doing over and over and over again. And it will just feel so good to be there and be with the people who share the same love and passion. So I love that. That's so
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
nice. Cool. Well, thanks so much for sharing. And then to wrap us up, wanted to ask if there is um anywhere specific people can look if they want to find you, whether it's on social, if they're interested in Core4 fitness, where can they go to find you?
Oh, yeah, I love this. Well, me personally, my name is Kelsey Silverman. On Instagram, you can find me. Kelsey Noel too, I think is my handle. But Core4 Fitness, that is our Instagram, COR4 Fitness. So check us out. I fully run our social media and marketing, so you can message it. It'll just be me. I try to do funny little TikToks here and there. It's super embarrassing.
I
Um,
didn't know you ran all the socials because I'll be honest, before this
like
I was
fun
stalking
things.
the Instagram and looking at all the reels and everything. And now that I know that you did that, I'm just gonna go through and
It's
like
all me.
comment on all of them.
It's
I love it.
Yeah, 100% me, which is all new. Like this is totally off topic, but we did a meeting one time with like the director of Parisi when we were getting started. And she was like, yeah, I looked through Core4's page and you guys seem like you know what you're doing on the marketing side. Like, who do you work with? And I was like, oh, no one. It's just me.
Okay.
And she was like, what's your background? What's your experience? And I was like, I'm a millennial. Like I grew up on that's it. No education, nothing.
I love it. Well, it's clearly you're
Yeah.
a pro, so
And we have online programs. So Core4 Fitness, you can check out our website. And then we have at-home workouts, all of our workouts here. And I'm happy to talk about that too. If anybody is interested, you can always reach out.
awesome. Sounds good. Thanks so much. I'll be sure to include your handle and the Core4 Fitness handle in the description. Thank y'all so much for joining us today. And remember, whatever your goal is this week, you've got grit. That's all we have today, and we'll chat soon. Thanks, y'all.